Trump solving another war? I don't know, really. Wait, what?
Destruction comes to an end.
What?
And the entire region begins a new chapter of hope and opportunity, harmony, prosperity. And
wait, he's ending another war?
It's been a long time waiting. I said, how long has the war been going? And a friend of mine who was very much involved.
Wait, so this one's live?
And at least 6 million people were killed during that period of time. It's incredible. And somebody said that was actually the biggest war
right
on
now.
the planet since World War II. So it's a shame, but we're going to bring it to an end. I want to express my gratitude and congratulations to the representatives of the Democratic Republic of the Congo and the Republic of Rwanda, who signed this pivotal agreement a short time ago. They just signed right in front. And let me also thank Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who has worked very hard on this subject, and we've worked on it together, for his outstanding leadership, as well as senior advisor
I'm
for
tired
African,
of winning. Seriously, this is crazy.
And Africa Affairs, Mossad Boulos, who's, as you know, spends a lot of his time in Africa, and he's very comfortable there.
Yeah.
I said, were you at all uncomfortable with all of the turmoil and all of the killing? And he said, no, I wasn't uncomfortable, and that's what you need. You need somebody that's going to be able to get. So, Mossad, I want to thank you very much for the job you've done. Amazing guy, actually.
Every day
I also
we get
want to
closer
thank
to Trump
African
2028.
Union, Qatar, Togo, for working closely with the United States. And I know Qatar was really working hard. And
those were our
African
boys
Union,
now.
We just spoke about that.
Yeah.
And, I look forward to having them representatives here when we do the official meeting, and that'll be sometime in July. And we look forward to it. And you better be here covering it, okay? We're not going to stand anybody else covering it but you. But this is a tremendous breakthrough. In a few short months, we've now achieved peace between India and Pakistan, Israel and Iran, and the DRC and Rwanda, and a couple of others also.
Democratic Republic
Serbia,
of Congo.
You know, was they were getting ready to go to war.
JD's losing weight? No, you've just been looking at too many memes.
I won't even mention because it didn't happen. We were able to stop it. But I have a friend in Serbia, and they said we're going to go to war again.
Ukraine next.
I won't
Ukraine
mention that it's Kosovo, but it's
that's
Kosovo.
the final boss.
But they were going to have a big-time war, and we stopped it. We stopped it because of trade. They want to trade with the United States. I said, we don't trade with people that go to war. And we said that also with, if you take a look at Pakistan and India, it was great. They have two great leaders.
Pakistan nominated Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize.
They were in the midst of a big fight. I guess everybody.
The government of Pakistan did.
Very bad, and they are nuclear nations, very powerful nuclear nations. In the months and years ahead, my administration will continue to work closely with all of the parties in this deal and ensure the agreements are fully taken care of, and you're going to do what's in the agreement. We'll say you better do what's in that agreement, right? Because if somebody fails to do that, bad things happen. But I have a feeling that after 30 years, I think after 30 years you're all set. I think both of you have said that's enough, right? That's enough. You've seen it all. So this is a wonderful day. It's a great day. We've had some tremendous success. It's been a great week between just coming back from a very successful trip.
30 fucking years.
NATO's really pulled together. They have. They're going to spend over $1 trillion a year. Nobody expected a thing like that to happen. And we had the war, as you know. That was we call it the 12-day war. It was exactly a 12-day war, and we ended up with no nuclear weapons. That's what we wanted. They were just absolutely blown to pieces. Those 3 sites. And there's no nuclear weapons, and hopefully there can be a lot of healing, and the healing is starting. And
how do you feel about the president ending the war?
Really pretty
amazing.
I think ending the
war is good.
This is one that I really look forward to. This was set up a few weeks ago, and it was something that I really look forward to. If we can do this, and we do that because we have a certain competence, that's good.
Yeah, definitely a good thing.
Get people to be peaceful. I think we can do war better than anybody, but we don't want to. And we have the greatest military in the world. They showed that in Iran. Those pilots, they flew for 36 hours. And think of that, and they hit their target.
Only halfway through
the
season
size
1.
Of this desk, half the size of this desk, from about 52,000 feet in the dark of night with no moon, 0 moon. They wanted it that way. Can you believe it? and every missile hit exactly half the size of this beautiful Resolute desk. We don't want to talk about it when it comes to rockets hitting it, but half the size of this, and they hit dead center from tremendous heights, going at tremendous speeds. It's amazing. Nobody could do a thing like that. Nobody has that weaponry, and nobody could do a thing like that.
Yeah.
So we had a
I don't know
very
what this has
busy
to do with
and
this, but
successful
yeah.
week. And in addition to that, our economy's doing great, setting records with
It's
the
actually
economy.
insane.
And a lot of other
Yeah.
good things happening. But this is about Congo and Rwanda. And I'd like to ask, if I might, would you say a few words before we introduce our guests, please?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes.
So, under your leadership, Mr. President, and the full support of Secretary Rubio and the entire team at the State Department, we engaged with the two parties in early April, and within 3 weeks, they signed the Declaration of Principles. And now, within about 2 months from that, we have signed today the final. This is actually the final peace agreement. You know, many people were wondering if this is preliminary. No, this is the actual final peace agreement that they've signed today. You've also expressed interest in inviting the heads of states to the White House for a signing ceremony. So there will be some other additional agreements that will be signed.
So it's actually just
in
done.
addition to this, which will become known as the Washington Accord with regards to the Great Lakes region.
That's great.
There are some economic...
Why not the Trump Accord? I'm only kidding. With the headlines. No, I think that's a great one. Washington.
God.
Beautiful.
And there's an economic aspect as well.
Bro,
that is extremely
are you
important for
tired of
both
winning
countries.
yet? What's
They have
happening?
Also worked last week. We found out
There's a war in Africa, and Trump
regional
was instrumental in
economic
making it stop.
Integration framework, which both countries will be signing at the White House here during that ceremony. And
That's going to be a great ceremony.
Absolutely.
Right?
Which
We're
is
gonna make
great,
that
right?
a great ceremony, and bring other people that were involved, some other people. Besides the gentleman we talked about, who we know has worked so hard. If you think there are other people that are deserving, let us know. Okay?
And there will be some bilateral agreements. We're negotiating a minerals deal with the DRC for critical minerals. Many American companies have shown interest in investing in the DRC, and these we're talking about long-term investments. Same thing with Rwanda. Many American companies have shown interest, and not only in mining, but also in the midstream and downstream, which will be the
See, this is what really matters.
We're also working
Is we sort their problems out, and then we get all the special
building
rocks.
the infrastructure. Just 2 days ago, the United States signed.
That's the big one.
Supported a
We get all the
project of
shiny
$1.5
rocks.
billion for electric transmission
Right.
from
farming,
Angola
that's
to
right.
the DRC. And there are many other projects of that nature lined up. So we will be, under your leadership, Mr. President, will be working with the two countries very closely.
If Trump keeps this
and
up, you'll
with
want
the
him for another
support of
term?
Qatar
What's your take on
to
breaking that
make
part of the
sure
law?
that this agreement is implemented.
I think one of these guys
A
could
lot
do
of our
it.
companies are in both of these countries now, especially since we've been getting along so well. It's probably the way we were brought together, and we have a lot of our big companies are there between rare earth and all of the other things that they do in Africa, which is very greatly expanding, especially in these two countries. You have earth, they consider it to be about the best in the world, actually, I've heard. So we're doing a lot of different things, and it's all going to bring everybody together.
Getting those
That's how this
shiny
all
rocks.
began, I guess.
Yep.
The big thing is, the big thing for me is really only one thing, and that's getting a peace treaty with two countries that have been fighting for 30 years.
30 years?
And I want to thank you all. Will, if you
What?
could, you could bring the letters over.
Of course, sir. So in front of you, as you said, sir, these are the actual agreements that were signed, respectively, by the foreign ministers of the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda earlier today, witnessed by Secretary Rubio. We've also prepared for you two letters. This is to President Paul Kagame of Rwanda, expressing your appreciation and congratulations for everything that's happened already, and of course inviting him to Washington for, as Dr. Bula said, what we hope will be the Washington Accords, finally setting the terms for peace and prosperity in this region, hopefully for a very long time.
And that's it.
That's great. That's beautiful.
Wow.
Very important.
There it is.
We're going to put
It's
a picture
older than
in there,
me,
right?
yeah.
As soon as this is over, they're going to we have a fast-moving photographer, Dan, who's going to put
Oh
a
my
nice picture
God.
of us
That was getting really bad? Yeah.
And,
What the
and this
fuck?
is a letter to
I thought
President
this was
Chikisade
recent.
of the Democratic Republic of Congo, again congratulating him on settling this long-running war and inviting him to Washington, D.C. for the final conclusion of the agreement, hopefully soon.
More content. Great. Fuck yeah. That's awesome.
You take that pen, and you take that pen.
Thank you very much.
So I'd like to ask JD to say a few words, our great Vice President, and then Marco, and go ahead.
Great. Well, first, let me welcome the foreign ministers of Rwanda and Congo. It's great to have you in the Oval Office. And second, let me say congratulations to the President, Secretary Rubio, and the entire team. I think for the people of these two countries, they should know that the United States is committed to the pathway of peace. But to my fellow Americans, this is really a celebratory moment. This is a big moment for our country.
Yeah, it's
because
huge.
Under the President's leadership, we've taken what was 30 years of killing and war, the worst war in terms of death count since World War II, and now we're on a pathway to peace. And so if I think about what I know about these two countries, for 30 years, pretty much the entire time that I can remember these two countries being in the news, much of the story has been about them fighting one another, about them killing one another. And now we can look forward to a future where my children will look at this moment as the beginning of a new story, a story of prosperity and of peace. So thanks to the President, congratulations to the entire team, and to my fellow Americans.
8 million
we should all be really
deaths?
proud, because it's amazing what active presidential leadership can accomplish when it's geared towards peace and prosperity, and that's what we have in the Oval Office right now. So great job, sir.
Thank you very much, JD and Marco, and then
done.
we're going to ask the two principals to speak.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. First of all, thank you. When I first came on this job, a few
Holy
months ago, you
fucking
made very
shit.
clear that one of the priority of this administration under your leadership is going to be the pursuit of peace.
People are blind to the world's
and from
problems.
day one, whether it's been in Ukraine and Russia, whether
True.
it's been Pakistan, India, whether it's been Iran and Israel, and in the continent of Africa, your priority's been on peace. And today we see this come to fruition. It's sad. Wars get a lot more attention than peace. But peace is harder than war. A lot harder. And I want to congratulate both of the leaders here and their respective presidents for choosing the harder path, which is often peace, than the easier path, which sometimes is war, as costly and as bloody as it may be. And I echo the Vice President's statements, and that is that Americans should be very proud that the #1 voice for peace in the world today is our President.
That's good.
So thank you, President Trump. And I want to, again, recognize Dr. Boulos and the work he's put into this from day one. He's really put a lot of time and effort.
This is actually how we solve immigration issues in the world, by the way.
Respective countries can share with us.
You bring up a
And
great
last point.
point.
I do want to thank you. You've done this already, but the African Union. Togo,
People aren't going to
and
emigrate if
Qatar,
their country's
who've been
not
extraordinary
on
partners
fire.
and whose help we're going to need.
Or
to
less
continue
likely to.
receive in order to bring all this to fruition. So congratulations to both of you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Great job you've done. Do you want to start? Either way. Would you like to start?
Ladies first, maybe.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Man.
Thank you so much, Mr. President, for having us here. I think I can summarize my contribution in 3 main points. First of all, thank you and congratulations indeed for this remarkable milestone, which is putting an end to 30 years of conflict and of suffering,
Jesus.
and which is redefining the perspectives that millions of Congolese and of citizens of the greater Great Lakes region will have.
That's insane,
The second
man.
point is stay committed, stay on board. We need the United States to make sure that this agreement holds and that you hold us accountable. And the third point is, if you stay on board, I think there are so many perspectives that we can transform our partnerships through, and that can usher in an era of prosperity, of growth, and of shared bilateral relationships that go well beyond the challenges that we've shared together, and that can at least, or finally, focus on the potential and of the wealth that we can share. So
I
again,
didn't even
our
know this was so
heartfelt
bad.
Gratitude to you on my behalf, but more importantly, on behalf of the people of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Beautifully spoken, and I look forward to seeing your leader. A highly respected person, as you know,
Indeed.
highly respected all over the world, but in Africa in particular.
That's
So,
insane.
sometime in July, we'll do something, big ceremony.
We look forward to it.
Thank you
Why is
very
it our
much.
issue to solve, though?
Thank you
Because
very
we
much,
can
Mr.
benefit from
President. This is indeed a historical day because it's the signing of a peace agreement between Congo and Rwanda to end a conflict that has been going on for 30 years. And there has been many mediation, facilitation in the past.
So they couldn't figure
But
it out before?
none of them succeeded. And we believe that it's because of your leadership and your steadfast commitment to this process, with also a new approach of economic integration, regional economic integration, which is important to allow Rwanda and DRC working together, because this is a very rich region with cross-border trade, with minerals, with natural wealth. So with the U.S. Standing side by side with Rwanda and DRC, we believe that we will achieve a long-time peace. And we also believe that, as my colleague from DRC stated, it's important for the United States to stay committed, because today we signed, but now we need to implement what we have signed in order to open this new era you were talking about of prosperity, so that we can reap the economic dividend of peace. So for this economic integration framework to be implemented, it's important for the US to accompany the parties to implement what we have signed, because in the past we have signed so many agreements that were not implemented. And we are really, we believe that with your leadership,
it's crazy actually how much Africa has been exploited.
Administration, we will reach that goal. So thank you very much, Mr. President.
It really is.
This will happen definitely.
Like, I know like probably 5% of it is too much.
Press them over to me. Let me have them. And I just wanted to give you each.
They've been robbed, yeah.
And we'll make sure that you follow through. We'll make sure you follow through. Yeah. We'll make sure that you follow through. Okay, that's for you. And we have one other thing that we're going to give, that we give to special people only.
Special?
It's a coin.
Oh my.
And I hope you do that. I'm going to give you a second one for your leader.
Oh, thank you very much.
These are serious
God.
coins. You don't want to lose them. You'll be very. I think that your reporter from Africa should get one. What do you think? Is she around? I think yes. Are the reporters okay with it? Brian, yes? Darling, that's for you. Okay? You did a fantastic job.
Oh my God.
Thank you,
And I heard you do a great job covering everything. Thank you.
And Mr. President, we actually have the pictures that you took earlier.
Oh my fucking God.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you.
Let me see that.
They're in this folder right here, sir.
Wow.
Okay, this one?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
The content.
they look better than me. I don't like it. I don't like it. That's beautiful.
Man.
That's very good. We have a good photographer.
The Gold Coaster president? Yeah.
That's great. You better, I'll tell you, you better do the job here. We're going to come down. It's beautiful. Thank you very much. So we'll put them in. That's
Man, the content president, yeah.
That's for you.
Are you signing pictures now? I have no idea.
What is it? For the call. Yes. Okay.
I can't believe he gave the reporter a
I
coin.
think so. You wouldn't give us one. That's,
Oh my God.
Isn't that nice? That's for you. That's for you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Based,
Thank you
yeah.
very much. And you're all set, and this is for you. You're going to get this. Good. Might as well hold it.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
There are a few unanswered questions that remain in this deal. For example, will
This
Rwandan on this deal, on this conflict?
Yeah.
For example, will Rwandan troops pull back from parts of the DR Congo, and also will the M23 rebel group be allowed to remain in parts of eastern DR Congo? Do you have any answer to those
Well,
questions?
let me ask you that question. You want to answer that one? It sounds like an interesting question for you. Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. In the agreement we signed, we have taken the concept of operation for the neutralization of the FDLR, which is a vicious genocidal movement, and the lifting of Rwandan defensive measures. So this was already signed last year in November, so we will implement it. This concept of operation to do both things, to neutralize this movement, which has been destabilizing Rwanda for many years, and to lift our defensive measures. As for the M23, in the agreement also, we have
Is this like they're like local
decided
terrorists
to rely
group?
on the Doha talks, because there are currently talks between the AFC M23 and the DRC government to have a peace deal also
Yes.
that will complement the
Yeah,
Washington
African Hamas,
peace
basically.
agreement.
Yeah,
So
okay.
both things are taken care of.
Thank you. Mr. President, will the United States be enforcing this agreement or taking a
We'll
role
be
in it?
working with them to get
We'll
it
see what
enforced.
happens.
They can
Yeah.
enforce their own agreement, but we'll be putting a lot of pressure on to make sure it gets enforced. The two people in this room are very, very capable people, and they'll get it done.
That means
I think
yes.
They'll get it done. They love their. One thing I learned very quickly is how much you love your country and you want to get it done, and they know it has to get done. Otherwise, bad things happen. But I think we're well beyond that. Other presidents should have done what I'm doing right now. They never did it. I don't think they ever tried. I don't think it's like they couldn't do it. I don't think they ever tried. And if they did, they wouldn't be able to do it anyway.
Vladimir Putin reached out to you to help you with the Iran crisis.
Well, he made some nice statements today. Did you see the statements?
saw the statement.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Vladimir Putin made some very nice statements today.
Things
Look,
are getting better.
he respects our country again. He didn't respect it a year ago, I can tell you right now.
I wonder why.
But Putin respects our country.
Why do you guys think that
and
is?
President Xi of China respects our country. And Kim Jong-un they respect our country again. We were not a country that was
Yep.
respected just a year ago. We had a
Stupid
president
Biden.
that was incompetent.
Yep.
We had bad people circulating around this desk, this beautiful, resolute desk.
Stupid Biden.
They had, I guess, evil intentions. You couldn't be that stupid. I mean, they had evil intentions. But the world respects our country again. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Press. Thank you, Press.
Man.
I'll write this forward. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Let's go.
Trump manages to get peace
Thanks,
in
guys.
Gaza.
Guys.
Do you think they have no choice but to give him the
Thanks,
Nobel
everybody.
Peace Prize?
Right through here. Thank you.
Yeah, I think so. And how can he talk so much? That's his job. It's his fucking job. Like, what else is he gonna do? So this was like a bonus event inside of the other event that happened earlier today too. Holy fuck, man. Oh my God. Yeah, I'll get back to it in a minute, but let me go back and see. This is what Putin said about.
But overall, thanks to President Donald Trump, relations between Russia and the United States are starting finally to get better.
Oh my God.
In some respects, of course, we still have issues diplomatically, but the first steps are there. We're moving forward. We have contacts between our major agencies, between the State Department and our Foreign Ministry, between our special services, which is really important, you know, because it's really critical to be able to fight terrorism, whatever the situation is, whatever the environment is. And in other agencies too, we have very good prospects in terms of economic development, economic partnership. I know that American businesses are really willing to, they are sending signals that they would like to go back to our market.
Yeah, clearly.
And we will
There's a
welcome
lot of
that.
people in Russia.
But that requires dialogue. But overall, like I said, that meeting is quite possible, and we're certainly.
Wow.
But
so it looks like Trump. It looks like we might sort things out with Russia even. Oh my fucking God, man.